The Taliban, an extremist group that seized power in Afghanistan in 2021, has issued a new restriction on women by ordering the closure of hair and beauty salons. According to a spokesperson from the Vice and Virtue Ministry, businesses were given a one-month deadline starting from July 2 to comply with this directive. This latest move adds to the diminishing freedoms experienced by women in Afghanistan since the Taliban came into power. Welcome to Slant News. If you want to support, you can subscribe to our channel. Under Taliban rule, teenage girls and women have been prohibited from attending school, accessing gyms and parks, and even working for the United Nations. Additionally, the Taliban has enforced a dress code that allows only a woman's eyes to be visible and requires them to be accompanied by a male relative if they travel more than 72 kilometers, 48 miles. Despite widespread international condemnation and protests by women and activists advocating for their rights, the Taliban has persisted in implementing these restrictive measures. It is worth noting that during their previous rule from 1996 to 2001, shutting down beauty salons was part of a broader range of measures imposed by the Taliban. However, after the US-led invasion in 2001, the salons were allowed to reopen. In response to the recent closure order, an Afghan woman, speaking anonymously, expressed her dismay at the Taliban's actions. She stated, "The Taliban are taking away the most basic human rights from Afghan women. They are violating women's rights and depriving women from serving one another." When I heard the news, I was completely shocked. It seems the Taliban do not have any political plan other than focusing on women's bodies. They are trying to eliminate women from public life entirely. Despite the reopening of beauty salons following the Taliban's return to power 2 years ago, shop windows have been covered, and images of women outside salons have been spray-painted to hide their faces. The Taliban government has not provided an explanation for the salon closures or offered any alternatives for women once they are shut down. Another Afghan woman, who preferred to remain anonymous, confirmed the closure of hair salons in Kabul and other areas, stating, "It's more shocking news for Afghan women. I went out and saw all the salons in my locality were closed." The continued restrictions imposed by the Taliban on women in Afghanistan highlight the ongoing challenges faced by women's rights activists and the urgent need for international support to protect and promote women's rights in the country. Here we wrap up the news on this topic. And be sure to subscribe to our channel.